Hello everyone, I am Divya, your maths facilitator. In this video, we shall discuss statistics of class 10. So in the earlier video, I have discussed the mean of ungrouped data, the difference between grouped and ungrouped data. And now let us discuss how can we find the mean of a group data. As you can see on the screen, mean of a group data can be found out using three methods. Yes, direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. So we shall discuss all the three methods, and if you did not watch the earlier video where I discussed the mean of ungrouped data, then do watch that video also, because the mean of ungrouped data and mean of a group data are related to each other. It will be easy for you to understand, right? So I'll pin up that video here in the I button. Click on the I button and watch that video too. Now here let's discuss about mean of a group data. So as I told you, there are various methods. So the first method is direct method. Then we have assumed mean and step deviation method. So now what is direct method? Okay, so in direct method, we will take the midpoint of each class interval. Okay, so the midpoint of each class interval will be taken, and that midpoint you call it as class mark. Okay, now midpoint, how do we calculate? So the class interval midpoint you will take. So that means the upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. So this is the midpoint of each class interval. Okay, so this midpoint you are calling it as class mark. After taking the midpoint, so the class mark you denote it by xi. Okay, and then the next step is we find the sum of the products of the frequency and class mark. Okay, so that is the next step. So frequency, if you denote it by fi, and class mark, as I told you, denoted by xi. So fi xi will be the product, and that will be the next column. Then we will be using mean formula to calculate the mean of the given data using direct method. Yes, so I'll take one example and explain you in detail. So here you can see class interval is given to you. As I told, class interval is nothing but it is a grouped data. Okay, you are grouping the data into class intervals. Now here class interval is 10, 25, 25, 30, 40, 25, 40, 40, 45, 55, 70, 72, 85, 85 to 100. So firstly, let us write the class intervals here. Okay, so class intervals you denote it by CI. Okay, let us denote it by CI, class interval. So it is nothing but 10 to 25, 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 45, 40 to 55 it is, 40 to 55, and then we have 55 to 70, and 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. These are the class intervals. Okay, now I have to define write the frequency. Frequency is nothing but the number of students. Here number of students gives you the frequency. Okay, frequency we denote it by f. Okay, so frequency, as I told you, let us denote it by fi. Okay, so frequencies are 2, 3, 7, 6, 6 and 6. Okay, so now the next step. So this is from the question you have written, class interval and frequency. Now in the next step you will find out the midpoint. Okay, midpoint of each class, that you are representing it as class mark, isn't it? So let us find the class mark. Okay, class mark we are representing by xi. Okay, so class mark is nothing but, so you will find the midpoint of 10 and 25. Okay, class interval is 10, 25. Finding the midpoint, I told you class mark you will find it by upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Yes, so here in 10 and 25, upper limit is 10. Okay, upper limit is 25 plus lower limit is 10 divided by 2. Okay, so it gives you 35 divided by 2, which is 17.5. Yes, upper limit is 25, lower limit is 10 divided by 2. Right here. Now here also lower limit is 25, upper limit is 40. So 25 plus 40 is 65 divided by 2 gives the next class mark. Okay, so in this way let us find the class marks. So the first one is 17.5. This is 17.5. Now 25 plus 40. Upper limit is 40 plus lower limit is 25. So 25 plus 40 is 65 plus divided by 2 gives you 32.5. Now 40 plus 55 divided by 2 gives you 47.5. Okay, 55 plus 70 divided by 2 gives you 62.5. 70 plus 85 divided by 2 gives us 77.5. Now this is 85 to 100. So 85 plus 100 divided by 2 gives you 92.5. Now you have found the frequency and class mark. Now the final step is nothing but you have to calculate what is FIXI. Yes, that is the next step. You have to calculate what is FIXI. So FIXI is nothing but the product of the frequency and the class mark. Okay, so 2 into 17.5, frequency is 2 and here class mark is 17.5. 2 into 17.5 gives you 35. Okay, 3 into 32.5, 3 into 32.5 gives you 97.5, and 7 into 47.5 gives you 332.5. 6 into 62.5 gives you 375. Okay, and 6 into 77.5 gives you 465. Now 92.5 into 6, this will give you 555. Okay, so this is the second step. You have calculated FIXI. Now the third step is you will add all the FIXIs. Okay, so that is nothing but summation of FIXI, and here you will add all the frequencies. Frequencies is FI, so summation of FI. Okay, so frequencies, sum of all the frequencies, if you add you will get it as 30, and here if you add all the product of FIXI, here you will get it as 1860, right? So now the formula for direct method of mean is, so mean is, you will find it out by sigma FIXI divided by sigma F. Okay, this is the formula. The same formula we were using for ungrouped data, isn't it? Now the same formula we will use it for group data also, but here xi, here xi value you are taking it as class mark. That is the only difference between ungrouped data mean and a group data mean using direct method. Okay, so this is equals to sigma FIXI, you got it as 1860. So this is 1860 divided by sigma F, you got it as 30. So cancelling, so you have 3 6 are 18 and 2, so 62 is the mean of this data. Okay, using direct method. Clear? So now the second method is assumed mean method. Now let us do it. So using assumed mean method, yes, so we can calculate the mean using assumed mean method, because here in direct method you can see that the calculations are little heavy, isn't it? So 17.5 into 2, 32.5 into 3, 47.5 into 7, and then adding everything. So it is little tedious, little hectic. So to decrease the calculation, the amount of calculations, so this method will help you. Okay, so and also you can get more accuracy, because we may sometimes do mistakes while calculating. So to maintain accuracy and to give correct mean, to give correct answers, so assumed mean method is found out, and this will save our time as well as it will give us correct answers. It will decrease the errors in calculation. Okay, so in this assumed mean method, you will choose one class mark as the assumed mean. Okay, so one class mark you will choose it as assumed mean, which lies in the center of the class marks. Okay, in between the class marks, one class mark we shall choose it as assumed mean. Now the next step is you will find the deviation of this A. Okay, the assumed mean you represent it by A, and this deviation of this A you will subtract. Okay, this A, this assumed mean, you will subtract from each class mark. Okay, from every class mark you will be subtracting this assumed mean. Okay, so that gives you the deviation of the class mark from A. Okay, how much is it deviating from the assumed mean, you will find. Now the last step is you will calculate the mean by using the formula. Okay, so I'll tell you how to remember the formula also, nothing to worry. So we'll take the same question again, and we shall see whether it is easy to calculate in assumed mean or is it easy to calculate in direct method. Okay, come on. So the first step is you will take the class interval. Okay, class interval you will take. So class interval is 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. So the class interval I have taken. Okay. The second point is you will take the frequency. Frequency you are representing by Fi. Yes. So frequency is nothing but here it is 2, 3, 7, 6, 6 and 6. Okay. So now the next step is you will find the class mark. Okay. You will find the class mark. Class mark I told you will represent it by Xi. Yes. So let us find the class mark. So class mark is nothing but the midpoint of the class interval. Okay, class interval is 10 to 25, 10 to 25 midpoint you'll find. Okay, similar to the previous problem. So finding the midpoints here, you'll have 17.5, 32.5, 25 plus 40 divided by 2 is 32.5, 40 plus 55 divided by 2 is 47.5, and 55 plus 70 divided by 2 gives you 62.5, and 70 plus 85 divided by 2 gives you 77.5, 85 plus 100 divided by 2 gives you 92.5. Once you find the class mark, now the next step is I told you you will take one assumed mean. Okay, take a assumed mean, and the assumed mean you will take it from the middle. Okay, middle of the class intervals. Okay, some center with the class interval which lies in the center of all the class marks you will take. Okay, so here you can see 1 2 3 1 2 3, so it is a even number, so you cannot take the exact middle number. Okay, so we shall assume that this particular 47.5 is the assumed mean. Okay, it is just an assumption. Okay, so if you take this as assumed mean, so the next point is you will calculate the deviation, isn't it? So deviation here, deviation of A from each class mark you will calculate, which is nothing but you will subtract this assumed mean from each class mark. Class mark is Xi. From this Xi you will have to subtract the assumed mean. Okay, so Xi is 17.5. From the 17.5 you will subtract 47.5. Okay, so 17.5 minus 47.5 you will do. Okay, so what are you getting? You will get minus 30. So minus 30 is the first deviation here. Okay, similarly here also 32.5 minus 47.5. Okay, so 32.5 minus 47.5, if you do, how much are you getting? So yes, we'll subtract in this way. So 32.5, so it is 0 5 15. Okay, minus 15 you'll get because it is minus 47.5. So this is minus 15. Now here you see 47.5 is the class mark, and assumed mean is also 47.5 in this case. Yes, so you'll get 0. 47.5 minus 47.5 gives you 0. Now class mark is 62.5. So 62.5 minus 47.5 gives you 15. Okay. Now here 77.5 minus 47.5 gives you 30. 92.5 minus 47.5 gives you 45. So these are the deviations. Okay, these are the deviations from the assumed mean. Now the next step you find is FIDI. Okay, so just go to the previous direct method and see. So here one step extra you found class mark. Okay, after you find class mark, it is Xi, so you are calculating FIXi, you are multiplying FIXi. Now here in this case, you are finding one more extra step. What is that extra step? You are finding deviation. After finding class mark, you are also finding deviation. Now you will multiply FIDI. Okay, you will multiply FIDI. These two you will multiply FIDI. Clear? So let us multiply FIDI and see. So the next column here will be FIDI. Okay, so FIDI. So now here the multiplication will be easy. Okay, Fi is 2, Di is minus 30. 2 into minus 30 gives you minus 60. Okay, next one. Fi is 3, Di is minus 15. So 3 into minus 15 gives you minus 45. So 7 into 0 gives you 0. 6 into 15 gives you 90. 6 into 30 gives you 180. 6 into 45 gives you 270. So now the calculations are easy, isn't it? So now the last step is again you will add whatever multiplication you are taking with frequency, whichever value you are multiplying here. With frequency you have multiplied deviation. So FIDI value you found out. Now all the FIDIs you will add. Okay, so that is summation of FIDI. This will give you what? So adding all these things, you're getting 435. Okay, and also you will take summation of frequency. In every method, this step is common. In every method, you will take frequency, sum of the frequencies. Okay, so summation of frequency here is 30. Okay, now the formula for assumed mean is, so you can calculate assumed mean, okay, the mean using assumed mean method. So here, what is the summations you are taking? You took summation of FIDI and summation of FI. So the same step we'll write summation of FIDI divided by summation of Fi. Okay, here the difference in the formula between the direct method and here is, here in assumed mean method, you have subtracted this A. Okay, you have taken one of the class mark as assumed mean and you have subtracted this class mark from each of the class marks, isn't it? You have subtracted this A from each of the class mark. So you are subtracting A. So here what you will do is, you will add A. Understood? So there, since we are subtracting this assumed mean from each and every class mark, in the final formula to balance, we add that A. Okay, you will add that A. Okay, so this is the formula for assumed mean method. Okay, so assumed mean, here we have taken assumed mean as 47.5. So this is 47.5 plus, so sigma FIDI is 435 divided by, this is 30. Okay, so this gives you 47.5 plus 435 divided by 30 is nothing but 14.5. Okay, so this will give you 62 again. So in direct method also you got the answer 62, and here in assumed method also you got the answer 62, but here the calculations were easy. Yes, you were able to directly multiply 2 into 30, 3 into 15, whereas 2 into 17.5 was little difficult. Yes, we did it in direct method. Yes, so this is the difference between direct method and assumed mean method. Now here, if I again observe, I can see that minus 30, minus 15, 15, 30, 45, all these have something in common. What is it? 30, 15, 30, 15, 45. So all these are multiples of 15. Yes, 15 ones are 15, 15 twos are 30, 15 threes are 45. Yes, so 30, 15, 0, 45, all these are multiples of 15. So I can divide all these values, all the deviations by 15, so that I can get even more smaller number for my calculation. Yes, so if you do that step, that is nothing but the third method. Okay, this will give you the third method of calculating mean, which is step deviation. Okay, so here in assumed mean, you are taking a assumed mean. Okay, you are assuming some class mark as a mean, okay, in between, and then you are calculating the deviation of the mean from each class mark. Okay, here also you are calculating deviation. Here in step deviation, after this step, after calculating this step, assumed mean, you will again further divide it using a common factor. Okay, so that is step deviation. Next step you are going. Okay, so to help you calculate easier, right? So now let us understand it with a problem. So here in step deviation, we are using the same problem. Okay, so as I told you, all these steps are same. Yes, all these steps are same, but here after calculating di, you can see there is a common factor. As I explained you just now, 15 is the common factor. You can divide all the numbers by 15. Yes, so that means if I divide 30 by 15, I'll get minus 2. Minus 30 by 15, I'll get minus 2. Minus 15 by 15, I'll get minus 1. 0 by 15, I'll get 0. 15 by 15 is 1. 30 by 15 is 2. 45 by 15 is 3. So in this way, all these bigger numbers are reduced into 1, 2, 3, 0, isn't it? So calculations will be further easy. So let us try it now. All the steps are same. So one extra column you will add. Okay. So here in step deviation, firstly you will write the class mark. Okay. So 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 45, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. The class marks you will write it same. Okay. Then number of students is nothing but frequency. Let us write it 2, 3, 7, 6, 6 and 6. Then you have class mark. I am representing by xi, isn't it? The same steps, the same steps. Class mark is nothing but the midpoint of 10 and 25. So midpoint of 10 and 25 gives you 17.5. Then here you have 32.5. 25 plus 40 divided by 2 is 65, divided by 2 is 32.5. Then 40 plus 55 divided by 2 is 95, divided by 2. So you have 47.5. Okay. So this is 55 plus 70 divided by 2 is 62.5. Here you have 70 plus 85 divided by 2 is 77.5. And here you have 85 plus 100 divided by 2 is 92.5. After calculating xi, what is the next step? You calculate here. After calculating xi, you will take one value as the assumed mean, isn't it? So let us take one value as assumed mean. So yes, I am taking this value as the assumed mean. So after taking it as assumed mean, you will calculate the deviation. Deviation is nothing but xi minus a. Okay, how much is it? Is it deviated from a? The difference between class mark and a. Okay, assumed mean. So 17.5 minus 47.5. So assumed mean, if you understand, this is the same steps again. Okay, one extra step you will do in the last. That's it. So this is nothing but minus 30. So 32.5 minus 47.5 gives you minus 15. 47.5 minus 47.5 gives you 0. 62.5 minus 47.5 gives you 15. 77.5 minus 47.5 gives you 30. 92.5 minus 47.5 gives you 45. Okay, so you got the deviation. So till here it is same like the assumed mean method. Now here one extra step is, I told you, here you can see all the numbers have 15 as a common factor. Okay, so you can divide all by 15. Okay, so that means I will divide this deviation by 15. Okay, so the same thing you represent it by u. Okay, let me represent it here. So you will represent it by ui. Okay, ui is nothing but di divided by h. Here h is nothing but h is a common factor. Okay, it is different in all the problems. Here in this problem it is 15, because all the numbers you can see, you can divide it by 15. Okay, so h is 15 in this case. Okay, so ui is di by h. Di is minus 30. Minus 30 divided by h will give you minus 2. Okay, minus 15 divided by h. H is 15. So minus 15 divided by 15 will give you minus 1. 0 divided by 15 gives you 0. 15 divided by 15 gives you 1. 30 divided by 15 gives you 2. 45 divided by 15 gives you 3. Okay, so this is the next step. Now after finding this, I told you, you will multiply the frequency with ui. Okay, frequency will multiply with ui. Okay, in the assumed mean you multiplied frequency with di. Okay, here you will multiply with ui. So fiui you will calculate. Okay, so you will calculate fiui. So what is fiui? So it is nothing but frequency is 2. So this is 2 into. Okay, so here you can write it is nothing but 2 into minus 2. Ui is minus 2. Yes, so this is nothing but 2 into minus 2. Okay, so fiui is 2 into minus 2. Let me write it here. 2 into minus 2 is minus 4. 3 into minus 3 is minus 3. 7 into 0 is 0. 6 into 1, 6. 6 into 2, 12. 6 3 is 18. Okay, simple fiui you are calculating. Now the final step, for whichever value you are calculating fi frequency into something else you are calculating, isn't it? In the first method you calculated frequency into class mark fixi. Second method, frequency into deviation fidi. Now frequency into ui. Okay, fiui. So you will take the summation of fiui here. Okay, summation of fiui, add all this, adding all this you will get 29. Okay, and summation of frequency is always same, so you will get 30. Okay, adding all this you are getting 30. So now the formula is mean. Mean you can calculate it by using the formula. Mean is equals to a plus, so here you have taken assumed mean. Okay, you have taken a, so you will write a sigma fiui. You have taken sigma summation of fiui, so that you will write divided by sigma fi. Okay, so this is same. And here if you see, I did one more extra step, is I have divided the entire thing with h. Okay, all the deviations are divided by h. So to balance it I will multiply this by h. Okay, so since I divided all the deviations by h, I will multiply here by h to balance it. Okay, so you will add assumed mean and then you will multiply here with h. Okay, so this is how you remember. Okay, depending on the steps you are doing, the formula is changing. Okay, so here assumed mean is 47.5 again, plus sigma FIUI you got it as 29. Okay, 29 divided by f sigma fi is 30, multiplied by h is 15. Okay, so this is 2s are 15 ones are, so you get 47.5. Now plus this is ones are 14.5. Okay, so this is nothing but 62. So the assumed mean you got same in all the cases, but here the calculations were easy, the multiplication was easy, isn't it? 2 into 2 is 4. So in this way you got your calculations easier, right? So this is how you calculate mean using the three methods. First method, let me summarize here. So first method is direct method. So in direct method you will calculate the class mark, you will only calculate class mark. Okay, so it is represented by xi. Now you will multiply frequency with xi. Okay, and the formula is sigma fi xi by sigma fi. Okay, now in the second method you will take assumed mean. Okay, assumed mean method. So here what you are doing, you are calculating class mark xi and you are also calculating deviation di. Di is nothing but xi minus a. Okay, so now the formula for mean is nothing but you are adding fi di, isn't it? This is what you are calculating last. So after this step you will take the product of FIDI. So then you will add all the FIDIs. So it is summation of FIDI divided by FI. Okay, so this is same. Just say here, instead of summation of FI XI, you are writing FIDI. Okay, divided by summation of FI, and this entire thing you will add with A because you are subtracting assumed mean. Okay, now in the third formula, what we will do is, it is step deviation method. Okay, so you will calculate xi, you will calculate di, and then di is nothing but xi minus a. Then after calculating di, you will find some h. This h is nothing but the common factor. Okay, so what you will do is, you will take some term ui. Ui is nothing but di by h. Okay, so all the deviations you are dividing by h, the common factor. Di is nothing but xi minus a, isn't it? Di is nothing but xi minus a divided by h. Okay, so this is ui. Okay, so after calculating ui, you will multiply it with frequency. Okay, FIUI. So once you multiply with frequency, what is the formula which we are using now? So you will use sigma FIUI. Since you are multiplying UI with frequency, you will add all those. So sigma FIUI divided by sigma FI, this is same. But you are subtracting assumed mean, so you will add assumed mean. And then you are also dividing all the deviations with h, so you will multiply with h. This is how you can remember all the three formulas. Okay, and so just listening to the problems will not help you, so you have to do it yourself. Now here is the question for you to do it yourself. Do this problem by yourself and check your understanding. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful for you to understand all the different types of means in one video, and I'll meet you in the next video. But don't forget to like this video right now, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel right now, because I'll be explaining you the concepts in simple and easier way. Okay, so subscribe to the channel, like the video and comment and let me know how did you like the video. Thanks for watching.